Welcome to another lesson in Module 2. In this lesson, we will discuss how you can evaluate supplier offers well. Let's start. The purpose of evaluating offers and comparing bids is to select the best supplier who participated in your bidding process. Let's dive right into the initial assessments of the bids. Once you receive the quotes from suppliers, it's important to ask yourself a few questions. First, make sure you've received answers from all suppliers that you sent an RFP to. For example, if you ask for a description of lifetime costs, check if it's clearly included in the bid of the supplier. The second question is whether the information you received is sufficient. Some supplier may provide only brief answers to the RFP questions. Third, consider if the content of the bids is clear. Do the different experts understand all the elements of the quotation well enough? If your answer is no to any of these questions, it's necessary to ask the specific supplier for additional information. You should take note that it's often not a coincidence when a supplier doesn't provide adequate answers to certain questions. They may intentionally omit or provide limited information on areas where they are not well positioned to meet your specified criteria. Whether a supplier will be allowed to provide additional information and when depends on factors like the numbers of bids received, the likelihood of the supplier being a serious candidate, the existing relationship with the supplier, and the customary practices within your purchasing organization. After you have answered these questions, it's time for you to check whether the bids meet your knockout criteria. In an organization, a knockout criteria is referred to as a very important requirement that must be met by any offer. If an offer doesn't meet this criteria, no other aspects of the offer can make up for that shortfall. For example, if a particular service absolutely must be completed by July 1st, a bid with a delivery date of August 15 is not interesting, even if it has the best price and quality in other areas. When bids deviate from these strict criteria, the first thing you should ask yourself is whether you clearly stated in the RFP that this aspect is a knockout criteria. Were all suppliers aware of it? If the answer is yes, there are two possibilities. When bids deviate from the criteria, you can discuss internally if the criteria is necessary, especially if many suppliers have concerns or if other aspects of the bids are more attractive. Alternatively, you can exclude those bids if they don't meet the required criteria, as long as there are still good bids remaining. Communicate the decision carefully to the suppliers. After evaluating the bids based on the knockout criteria, you will evaluate them on the remaining criteria and sub-criteria. You can then create a score summary to have a clear overview of the different bids and criteria. The purpose of the score summary is to help you manage and compare the bids effectively. You can use this template, which I use as procurement manager as well, as an example for a score summary. In this template, you will observe that we employ 3 distinct scales to evaluate each offer, based on 4 criteria. These scales include euros, hours, and an interval scale denoted by plus, 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 min, minus, minus. By utilizing these scales, you can effectively evaluate offers based on multiple dimensions. Now, let's proceed with the bid comparison process. We'll explain one of the common methods used, which is called the Lexicographic method. The Lexicographic decision method is based on the idea that criteria can be ranked in a clear order of importance. When using this method, the bids are initially evaluated and compared based on the most important criteria. In my time as a procurement manager, I used a similar template to compare proposals. In order for you to select the best supplier that fits your requirements, this can be helpful. By conducting a detailed comparison between each supplier and the items listed on the left side of the table, you can effectively evaluate and determine the best choice among them. And this is a wrap. In this lesson, you gained valuable insights into establishing transparent criteria for assessing bids of your suppliers. You also discovered templates that can help you in evaluating bids. I appreciate your engagement and look forward to our next discussion. Thank you and see you soon in the next lesson.